A growing crisis in Singapore's food and beverage sector is sparking renewed concern, with more than 300 small businesses reportedly shutting down each month in 2025. The wave of closures has been linked to rapidly rising commercial rental costs, which business owners and observers say are unsustainable. Former television producer Greta Georges added her voice to the discussion, with a TikTok video highlighting the struggles of small F&B operators. She featured Floor Patisserie, a bakery that closed after 13 years, citing rent increases from 4,500 Singapore dollars to 8,500 Singapore dollars, far above the local market average of 3,900 Singapore dollars to 4,500 Singapore dollars. Greta questioned how a location with limited amenities could command such high rents. She also shared the story of hawkers like Uncle Christopher and Auntie Christina from Bake and Bites, who sometimes bring home no income due to high costs and price restrictions at NTUC food fairs. Despite facing health issues, many elderly hawkers continue working out of necessity. Greta warned that the loss of long-standing community eateries represents a serious erosion of Singapore's cultural identity. Since the removal of rent control laws in 2001, she noted, many small, family-run businesses have vanished, replaced by chain outlets. Because we don't have the identity or DNA of the people living in our communities being supported to provide services at community prices, this is a crisis, she said. Greta urged the government to implement fairer policies and provide a safety net to help small operators survive. We really need to start looking at policies that help these mom and pop stores and small businesses thrive, she said. Public responses to Greta's post included a flood of similar accounts. Some highlighted the severe financial strain on Singapore's F&B industry, citing high operating costs as a key challenge. Steep rents, rising labour expenses, and a lack of skilled workers were identified as the main hurdles. A user noted that premium locations demand costly leases, further squeezing profit margins. One user shared how his sister shut her cafe at Turf City after new management imposed a 600% rent hike when the lease expired. Another said he experienced a rent increase of over 50% after the property was sold. The shop's original landlord had purchased it for 400,000 Singapore dollars, while the new owner paid 1.4 million Singapore dollars, triggering higher rents. He noted that many business owners must either cut costs or raise prices, both of which are risky in Singapore's competitive dining market. Earlier, TOC reported consultant Indira Tasrapin's concern over a popular Malay food stall in Woodlands facing closure due to a rent hike to 8,000 Singapore dollars, known for mee siam and mee rebus. The owner tried to keep prices low, but could no longer manage costs. Indira called the rent hikes pure robbery and injustice, questioning why bigger companies pay less for larger spaces. He appealed to National Development Minister Desmond Lee and MP Haney So to act for small vendors. He also criticised the gap between government efforts for affordable meals and the lack of rent regulation harming vendors. These are deep-seated problems humble vendors can't control, he said, adding many face an uncertain future. Last week, Sat Astha, editor-in-chief of The Peak, published an opinion piece on how rent inflation is reshaping the F&B sector. He cited CBA data showing prime retail rents rose 3.0% year-on-year in 2024, to 27.80 Singapore dollars per square foot, with another 0.6% rise in early 2025. Reuters reports over 300 F&B businesses close monthly in 2025, including Michelin-starred restaurants Art di Daniel Sperindio and Brocci, and retailers like Marks & Spencer at Parkway Parade. SAT criticised landlords for leaving spaces empty rather than lowering rents to keep small community tenants. These are tragic losses, he wrote, but they are the natural outcome of a system we chose decades ago. He proposed rent controls, vacancy taxes, and socially conscious investment, but questioned if society could accept policies favouring social good over profit. Zat warned the loss goes beyond businesses. It's the fading of a vibrant, community-based food culture.